When you were at your high school, your counselor planned a lot of your courses. You had 4 years to complete certain courses within a certain time frame. You also had to take graduation exam. We do not pick out your courses for you. We guide you to your professional goals and plans of what you need. We also provide resources to you, scholarship, organizations to get involved in, internships as well. The other difference, we do not speak to your parents. You must give us permission to do so. This is due to the federal law, FERPA. A lot of students that come into our major, they're coming in with pre-med, pre-op, pre-dent, and another the pre-professionals. This is not a major, it is an attribute. It lets advisors know what they're doing for professional school. You will also have a pre-health advisor if you're listed under one of these attributes. You will meet with your primary advisors and a pre-health advisor to help you attain your goal.
High school, you have a lot of tests. Your tests are typically one every 1 or 2 weeks, versus in college, for your science classes in general, you'll have 4 total tests for the entire semester. They're 25% of your grade. You don't get to make those up. In high school versus college, you're usually covered 1 to 2 chapters per test, versus college, you're going to end up doing 4 to 7 chapters. Your first biology class in general will have 7 chapters covered on the first test, and there's a lot of knowledge happening all at once. Cramming for the last minute will not allow you to do well on that test, because you'll also be having a chemistry test or a math test at the same time. So that's why we really encourage you to try to study in advance 2 hours every day instead of trying to cram 48 hours in advance. When we talk about study skills, in college you're going to be studying a lot in order to make those A's that you need to get into the places you want to be, professional schools, graduate schools. If you want to make A's in your first semester, you need to be studying at least 10 hours per week per hard science class. If you're taking 2 hard science classes, which most students will be doing, you'll be studying at least 20 hours every single week. A lot of our students falter their very first tests. If you find that you've failed your first test or even made a grade that you didn't like, we're here to help you. Please come and see us. We want to make sure that we're getting you off to a good start. In high school, you're typically in class every single day, Monday through Friday, 50-minute class period. So in average, it's 4 hours and 10 minutes. In college, you're only in class for 2 hours and 30 minutes tops. And usually you only meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. In high school, you typically had very small class sizes. They're typically 30 to 40 people large, versus in college, you'll have at least 20 people and sometimes as large as 200. Our largest class on campus is 600 people in psychology. Your typical biology and chemistry, all your sciences for the intro sequences are usually 120 to 200 people. What we'd like to talk to our students about is how to get to know teachers in that type of environment. What you should do is sit closer to the front of the classroom. You need to be actively engaged. Participate and read your information in advance so you can actually be engaged in the actual lecture with the teacher. The next thing that we recommend is that you actually attend the office hours of the professor. The final thing to do well is to actually make an A on that first test. It's really important because in intro biology, where there's very few A's on the first test, that makes you stick out automatically. Another important reason why you need to get to know your professors is whenever you're applying for professional schools, a lot of the times you'll need to have 2 letters of recommendation from science teachers and 1 non-science teacher. So that's why we emphasize it's really important to do well in your intro to science classes, the foundation courses, because you will end up eventually needing to get letters from those specific teachers.